The Chanel Spring Summer 2021 collection. This is the first collection from Chanel actually in a long time that's really caught my eye. And you know, I said last year, Chanel's prices last year just went to a whole other level of crazy. And what's kind of weird about this new collection is that a lot of the pieces they have come out with handbag wise have been more mini bags but also bucket bags, and I've got some examples I'm going to show you here. But it's meant that those prices for what I'm going to show you, a lot of them are under £3,500, which, as you know, for Chanel is, considering the jumbo is £6,000 now, it's kind of half that price. So I'm going to share with you some of my favourite things you might not be aware of, and I'm going to talk about what I think is worth getting and what I think is possibly worth missing, and also talking about how easy it is to get these things right now, because basically it's not at all. The new Spring Summer 21 collection has got some real key colours running through it. So one of them is a really pale milkshaky pink, which I really like. There is also a metallic silver, and then there are like a pale turquoise tones running through it. I really like those mix of colours personally. I like that they're slightly more on the pastel side and kind of sweetie candy side, as opposed to being really, really intense. And actually the collection reminds me a lot of the Spring Summer 94 collection, which is a collection I only know about because over the years there have been bags from it that I've always really wanted, and I've had to go and look pre-loved, and they've always been really expensive. And when I've gone back and looked at the catwalk photos from that collection, I've just loved everything about it. And a lot of the things that are in this collection are quite, in a way, reminiscent, even colour-wise. So handbags, the first thing that really, really caught my eye is this. There are, as I mentioned, there are lots of mini flap bags in this collection, and that is a reason why we're seeing prices that are under £4,000. I doubt that that's tactical and Chanel thinking, oh, we're going to try and be like not so expensive. It's not that. I think it is just something that's a popular style, because actually when I go in to show you a lot of the small leather goods, there are lots of kind of mini pouches that are very much a bigger part of the look than just a card holder or something. So I do just think that's part of the designs. But this bag, I really like the look of this. This is £3,760. Do I think it's worth getting? Well, I've personally tried to get this bag and I can't get it. In fact, do you know how difficult it is to get anything from this collection? So I've spoken to Selfridges, the actual Chanel boutique on Bond Street, and in Harrods, and there are waiting lists for pretty much most of the items in this collection, because it turns out it's a collection that's just incredibly popular. And actually in Harrods, the lady that I work with there, she said for this bag the waiting list is so long there's kind of no point in even putting your name down, because she said that the amount of stock they're going to get through is tiny compared to the number of people that are after this bag. I'm also drawn to it because it's white. You can also get this in black, I think. There are some really, really sweet bucket bags. One in particular, if you are looking to spend under £3,000, is this. This is actually £2,660, and it's very, very sweet. And it actually, though, this does depend on how you feel about the pearl handle, because I personally am not a huge fan of this. I think I would prefer this bag if it had kind of like a metal chain handle like this. But this is really sweet, and I thought that for the money, if you're looking to get like a mini bucket bag, don't want to spend over £3,000, and you quite like the sweet colours, this is a really nice shade. It also comes in white and black, and I think that bag, I haven't measured it, but I would imagine that bag is slightly smaller than this one. I like the way, I think on that one it's got the double C's embroidered on the bottom. Again, feels really Spring Summer 94. So do I think that one's worth it? Yeah, but I'm not sure how I feel about that pearl handle, and I don't know whether actually that's going to date a bit. I think it could do. So I think if you like it, do it. But if you want a bucket bag and you think, I'm actually really drawn to that, but yeah, I kind of feel that that pearl handle's not going to work out long term, then I would say to avoid that and either get, if you can, a more classic bucket bag. Although I tend to find with these, it's not like the classic flap where they always do them. They tend to be more seasonal. When I bought this, it was the only style of bucket bag they actually had at the time. But another option for you is a bit more expensive, but this is probably, if I was going to buy one of the two, this would be the one that I would buy. This is a black bucket bag. Can you get this in any other colours? It's 3,480. It's got the double C's embroidered on the bottom, and it does have pearls on it, but they're kind of dotted on. This, out of the other one and this one, I'd buy this one. Even though it's a bit more expensive, I think you're going to get more wear out of it, because I also think it's a bit bigger than that other one as well. Some of you who have been with me a while will remember do you remember the boy bag I got? And it was purple iridescent with the oil slick hardware. And I bought it and I didn't use it, and it was an investment bag, and I did sell it. For me personally, I haven't seen a bag like that that's caught my eye in a long time. And for me, I think there's two types of investment bag. If you take Chanel, you've got the classic ones, which people always want, but you've also got the one-offs where it's a classic that's come out in a one-off, very desirable colour or style. And if you pick the right one, if you get the right colour or style, something that's really nice, something that wasn't easy to get, they are winners when it comes to like that. Not even long term in terms of wearing it, but in terms of something that you can be safe in the knowledge that you're gonna make some money on. You know, like in the future, if you want to do that. Well, this year, it looks, so in this collection, it looks to me, one thing that caught my eye is this. This is kind of like the Spring Summer 21 version of that purple with oil slick bag. This is iridescent white. It's got a tone, kind of like a hint of pearlescent pink in it when you look at it in different lights. I think this could be really nice, but also I noticed that, and how much is that? 3,480. You see, still quite a bit under 3,500 because it is the mini size. Personally, I think this is so worth it. To wear it, I think it might be a bit of a nightmare in terms of colour transfer, but if you're someone who tends to wear lighter coloured clothes, or if you rotate your bags a lot. So I've got some cream bags, and a lot of you ask me what the dye transfer is like. And the answer is, I haven't really had it because I like to rotate things, so I don't wear things for a solid amount of time where I might be wearing denim or stuff like that. But I actually think this is a really good bag, and if you can get hold of it, I think it's worth it. There is also a version of the oil slick hardware bag this year and in this season, and it comes out in pink with oil slick hardware. I think this is quite a bit more money. In fact, I think this is price on application, which means it's going to be a lot. And then I want to talk about, for those of you who are into the Chanel 19, they have got, I think they've always on and off had a range of tweed versions of that bag, but when I looked on the website, there was actually a lot of choice for tweed. My favourite is this. Just plain black tweed. On the tweed Chanel bags, their structure is very different to leather. So I have one tweed bag, and I really like this, but the structure is very different. So at the moment I've padded it just to show you, but when you don't have it in, it really is it goes flat, is what I'm saying. It's not a problem though, because unlike leather, when leather goes flat, it's really hard to kind of pad it back out again. But that is something to be aware of. That might not be an issue for you. To be honest, it's not an issue for me. It's an issue for me when I have a leather bag for some reason, but with this, I knew that when I bought it. The price of the tweed options, and there are quite a few options, are £3,940. Okay, so the question is, would I buy it? And would I buy it in tweed? See, the leather version is a few £100s more. This is actually a colour from the Spring Summer 21 collection, which I really like. 4,130. I think for longer term, I would spend a bit more and get the leather version, because with the tweed, I find that it's a very particular look. Even I think if you were to get it in just like a plain black colour, there's a very particular way that you have to wear this to make it fit and to make it work. And yet, if you get something that's leather and it isn't as fussy as tweed, I feel that it's easier to work with. So again, coming back to that point of if I was only ever going to buy one bag, would it be the pink leather version, plain black leather version, like the classic one, or a tweed? I think the tweed, if you've already got a collection and you just want something fun, I think the tweed's great. I personally really like that pale pink leather, but if I'm only going to buy one, I would definitely just get it in black. And then finally, before I talk about ready to wear as well, because the ready to wear in this collection is stunning, but there are a lot of dupes on the high street at the moment, including my jacket, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second, because this was really well priced and I actually really like the look of it. Small leather goods and small accessories. This collection feels all about pastel shades, but mini-sized accessories, those mini-sized flat bags, but also lots of small leather goods that are more than a wallet or a card holder. They're wearable items. The first item is this, which I think is just ridiculous money, but I can't deny it's very sweet. It's a mini vanity case. I mean, mini is more nano if you ask me. This is £1,370. It is on a chain, although I can't imagine that that chain would be long enough. I would imagine that it would kind of sit here, that kind of pouch thing. It's currently available in silver, white and coral, which are kind of the colours from that collection. You can also get this in, you can get a version of this in black, which I think's kind of long term. That's been around for a while. These, can I just say, the stuff from this collection is has been so popular that it's just starting to come into boutiques now. But as I mentioned earlier, it is near impossible to get any of these items. Would I spend £1,370 on a pouch? No. Do I really like it? Yes. And there's a reason why I'm going to tell you that I think there's something else much better value if you like the idea of it and you're like, oh, it's like silly money, I can't justify it. Here's the thing that I think is more worth it, if this is your vibe. Look at this. I was actually surprised, £570. I would imagine that Chanel would price this for a lot more than that. This is a wristlet. I'm actually going to show you a wristlet that I've got, which is this from Prada. And I have been using this to keep my key for my car in. Because, you know when you have like that keyless entry thing, and then you don't even need the key to start the car. And so what I'm doing is I'm forgetting my key. I'm leaving it in the house or I'm leaving it in the car. And when it's in my bag, I don't trust myself not to lose it. Whereas before, when I needed the key to lock and unlock the car and drive the car, it was more often in my hand. And I thought, because I kind of technically don't even need the key, I'm going to get something that I can wear and keep the key in. And so I saw this, but I also saw this Chanel version. I thought this is really nice. This is full-on leather. You can also get it in that turquoise colour from the collection. £570. You cannot get this for love nor money. I actually think that's really worth it. The vanity case isn't worth it. It's really, really nice, and if it was cheaper, yes, it would be worth it. But I think if you're looking for something small to maybe keep a key in, if the mini vanity case wasn't so expensive, I would definitely consider it because it's really sweet. And although it's kind of pointless, yeah, it's really pointless, but it's kind of quite nice. Anyway, I thought I'd show you anyway. These are just the highlights, the things that I've seen that I really like. One other thing that I think is going to cause division over whether you like this or whether you think it's absolutely awful, but it's this hairband. £610, and I guarantee you will not be able to get this. I guarantee it. This will be like, do you remember that shirt, that cropped off shirt from a couple of seasons ago that had Chanel written on it? That shirt was not my personal taste, but I know you could not get it. And I think this hairband is going to be one of those things. Do I think it's worth it? I think it's the kind of thing that if you like it, do it. Obviously a metal hairband is never worth £600 in a million years, but none of this stuff is worth this money. I mean, how much does it actually cost to make one of these? Probably not even a couple £100, 1,000 at most. And then ready to wear. Okay, so from the ready to wear collection, I like the tones, the textures and the colours. There is one particular item which I personally think has got the look about it where it could be really popular on social media, mainly actually. However, for any of you that are looking at it and you're like, that's really nice, guys, it's £5,000 and it's a cardigan. Even with all the money in the world, I think I'd be like, yeah, do you know though, it's a cardigan, that's stupid money. I would rather buy a bag than a £5,000 cardigan. Anyway, let me tell you, it's currently sold out, but I have found a dupe for it that you can get in regular sizes and plus size as well. It's currently sold out. I'm gonna put the links to these below, but trust me, I'm on that website daily and I'm refreshing it and I'm waiting for it to come back in stock, and we'll just see how it goes. This blazer as well, it's actually slightly cropped off and the buttons on it, let me show you, they're matte paint around there. There are also matching shorts and then a matching sort of tweed top. I've ordered the tweed top, but the size wasn't right. If you're gonna order the top, it's quite boxy and it's quite big, so I would say size down. So I've returned it and I'm waiting for the new one, but you kind of wear it underneath. But I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope as well the dupe items are maybe something that you would consider. Hope you've enjoyed watching, and I will see you in the next video.